What the fuck is good, everybody? How we doing today? Today's been a fucking day and a half on a good way, very good ways. Couple craziness happened, but we're here, we're alive, we're well, and we're gonna get into wholesaling unfiltered today. So, Ross, my brother, I don't know if you saw that call coming in, but was good. How you doing? How you feeling?
It's been
Where
it's
we
been
at?
that it's been that kind of day, man. I've had calls literally. It's just one of those days. The cell phone is charging for the second time today. So
Fuck yeah.
when the phones are not ringing,
You get fucking worried.
yeah, people. Actually, I think that's a great thing to start with. Why don't let's do a check in with Joey because today's more like nonstop. So I haven't had time to really sit down and think yet. But how has your day been going? And I got a great idea of what to jump in on.
Let's do it. Today's been going great, honestly. Phenomenal. So we always say every single day, every setback is a set up for a greater comeback, right? And that was today. I mean, literally had Twilio texting got shut down. That was one thing that happened today. We had what else happened? LOC was not in good standing, which was my fault, but I thought it was. And never had that happen. Whoops. What else happened today? Got a lot of buyers interested in our fucking deals. So it's like got another sponsor for the event. It's like when you can sit here on a daily basis, and I always talk about this and look at, oh, poor me, life sucks, fuck this, fuck that. Or you can be like, okay, texting got shut down, but we still have calling. Like we could still call. So we're good. Like it could be way worse. We could have no calling from fucking Colombia and be absolutely fucked, but we're not. We're great.
Right,
We're good.
right.
So it's all about where your guys' mindset is and your head is at. And there's going to be some days where everything goes to shit all at once. And there's going to be days where everything happens amazingly all at once. And that's going to be part of any business. So, yeah, that's how today's kind of been going. And there was a point today where I was a little pissed off, I was a little down for a second, and then I picked my head up, grabbed it, pulled it, uninserted it out of my ass, and I realized when a day like this happens, one, tomorrow's going to be fucking fantastic, and two, every setback is a set up for a greater comeback, which means fuck, something big is on the horizon. And we know something big is on the horizon because it's flashing at the bottom of this fucking screen right now. So
Absolutely. It's coming up quickly. I love it. I love it. So so I was thinking about starting with this because we're about mindset, we're about handling things, right? When you decide to be crazy enough to run your own business, which I think you need to be at least 50% crazy, um, things are going to happen, right? We're going to have it's a constant. It's called the entrepreneurial roller coaster. And like today, for instance, my phone was literally like since a little after 7. It's just been nonstop. It's been problems, letting go of people, anything you could think of. Um, like for business credit, there were some problems I ran into. Then I had to have a last minute meeting. Then our plan got changed last. It was just a full day of kind of chaos, honestly. Um, but looking back at it, you kind of see how much you can handle and how much you will be able to handle. Right. So I notice a lot of business are like, oh, they bitch about the problems, and there's a reframe, and it's problems or is it puzzles? Right? Solve the puzzle. So let's
I
talk
like
about
that.
let's talk about businesses that might not have too many problems. What would the health of that business mean to you, Joey?
If a business does not have that many problems, usually it means that they're either not in business, they're not doing any deals, or it's just like a very, very, very small return business. Meaning, like you might put up 1,000 and you're getting back 2,000, maybe not even 2,000. Maybe you get back 1,300. Like you're investing in like class A properties. Essentially, like you're getting the lowest return you possibly could get. I think that that's what it looks like if there are no problems. Because you know what they say,
They
more
say
money, more problems.
more money, more
It
problems.
really mean is more problems, more money.
Yeah, yeah. So, so yeah, either the person, if you hear a business owner say, "Oh yeah, it's all good, no issues," right? They either have that thing like 20 years of systemizations where the thing is like borderline a flawless machine, like it's like 99% efficient, and they're so far removed and have maybe dozens, if not hundreds, of employees, or they're going out of business, right? They're
A
not
hundred
marketing enough.
percent.
Like,
It's funny that we're talking about this because literally this morning, me and my wife we did cardio this morning at the gym, and she's beginning to work on our AI build out that we're doing.
mhm.
And for the longest time, I'm gonna be honest, she was bought in, but not bought in on the vision. She basically knew that she could that we were gonna be good, that we were gonna make some money, but she wanted to just keep going back and working as a nurse like she used to do. And I was like, nope, not happening. Right. So we're talking about business. And I basically looked at her and I was like, you do realize that like there's a reason why there's a 1% in the world and there's a reason why there's a 99% in the world. And the reason why there's the 1% is because the 99 quits on a day like today.
Mm-hmm.
Like when everything goes to shit, and you're struggling and you're just like you not only are you getting punched in the face but you're also getting dragged on the ground after you just got punched in the face, and then while you're getting dragged you might hit a fucking curb with your teeth. Like that's the type of things that could happen in business. That's the real reality of business. They quit. Like that's just it. And there's a reason why it takes 5 to 10 years for any business truly to get off the ground. It's literally because you have to be willing to endure some fucking hard times. It's just how it's going to go. And if you are, and if you can find the solutions, usually the reason that the hard times happen, if you're like I'm 6 years in, hard times have continued to happen. It's because my dumbass has not learned the lessons that I was supposed to learn in the last 6 years. That's the only reason that they keep happening. And it's like once you learn every lesson and then you actually apply it, your entire business changes its trajectory every time. But you just got to be able to not quit in the hard times and have a little bit of grit, guys. That's what it takes.
Have an extraordinary amount of grit. Fuck a little. A little ain't gonna cut it.
Nope.
A little ain't gonna cut it. So let's talk about what happens to the person themselves in business when they start hitting those brick walls. They start running into hardships. Deals fall through. People who they partnered with, which is a marriage, you're probably going to see them more than anybody else, right? You're going to see them more than your family usually. You're going to see them more than your closest friends. So you just signed up for a marriage and then that goes south. The deal that was promised to close and you were going to get 20, 30, 40, 50 grand wired into your account. And 2 days before closing, no mas. So when people start entering this world of extreme hostility and uncertainty, what are some things that typically happen in the beginning stages?
I mean, in the beginning stages, you are so excited and so delusional that nothing could phase you, if I'm being honest. Like, you literally, the first month to 3 months, you are literally the warrior with the spear in your fucking hand going forward, going straight into the battlefield, and you're kind of unstoppable in a way with delusion. And then typically what happens is you either get very lucky and you close a deal, or you don't and you literally eat shit. And then you get humbled and you realize, like, oh, this is what business is like. And that's usually what'll happen in those first stages, honestly. It's something along those lines. It's called, as Ross just showed me, uninformed optimism. That's
Uninformed,
the first stage.
yeah, uninformed optimism, right? Blind faith. Just you don't even know what you don't know yet. You're so far removed and you're just, looking up at the stars and you're just like, this is so awesome, right? So,
Wholesaling, you can make 20 grand a deal. Let's go. I'm gonna make 20 grand. I'm gonna spend all my money. I'm gonna go on vacation. We're gonna do this. And then it's like 3 months happen and you might make 20 grand once. And then you go blow, you either make it and you go blow all of it, and then you land on your fucking teeth again, or you don't make it and you're just like, fuck, what just happened?
or you make 20 grand and you spend 17K on marketing. Because it took all that marketing to finally get the one deal, and then credit cards ain't going to pay themselves,
Exactly. So that's the first. It's kind of funny because the 4 levels of business, or 4 stages of business, are also the 4 stages of mastery, in a way.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm alluding to with this talk of kind of where we're going. What starts happening to your character after maybe your first 500 to 1,000 sales calls? Like what starts happening to the person then? They're several months in, maybe 6 months in, maybe a year in at this point. They've got a couple deals under their belt. They have no systems or processes. They're kind of still just a cowboy or cowgirl all over the fucking place. What starts to happen to the person?
You get consciously incompetent. So what that means, my wife literally just crawled under the desk to get out so she didn't show up in the video.
Where are we putting the wife to work?
She's been right here all day.
Yeah.
But
I didn't know if you had like one of those secret rooms and like the fucking like a clown house and like a cage or some shit for her.
That's where she's doing all the AI building, guys. Got my Colombian VA right here.
Yeah.
But no, so the second stage, what happens is now you know that you're not good. Like, you really will get humbled. There's 2 things that happen, actually. You either know that you're not good, or you do close a deal and you think you're God and you stop listening to everybody, which then actually keeps you in that first uninformed optimism stage until you get to the next stage, which is unconsciously competent, which means, or unconsciously or consciously incompetent, sorry, which means you now know how fucking bad you are. You're like, oh, I just made 10 offers a day for the last 2 months and I didn't get a single fucking contract. And then you start blaming the systems, you start blaming the leads, you start blaming everybody, sometimes but yourself, or you start to finally see that you need to make some changes.
What's another thing people typically do with marketing and shiny object syndrome and going massively wide?
You either go nationwide or you start changing up marketing every time. Like you're in month 3, and in your first month you literally got a deal from the first marketing channel, and then you don't close a deal after that or get good deals from it, and then like month 4 you're like, oh, it has to be the leads, let me go change the leads. And it's like, you just made $20,000 from $1,000 marketing spend, and you're changing the leads. That's crazy. But it always happens.
Yep.
You change the lead, you change the coach, you change the process, you change something big. Or you see a fucking video on multifamily real estate. And you close your first deal was a single family deal. And then you literally are like, oh, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go find a 20 unit property. I'm gonna go on Facebook this time, and I'm gonna get a 20 unit or 30 unit or 50 unit or 100 unit because I can make $1 million in one deal, and I'm gonna go do that. And then you spend the next 3 months.
Go huge. It's more exciting. Change it up. I'm already bored, right?
Exactly.
I remember at one time I was doing SMS blasting, cold calling, direct mail. God, there might have been like two. Driving for dollars. I was doing that. Ringless voicemail. I think there was one other marketing channel. I was doing 5 or 6 at once. And I can't even imagine how much money, like looking back on it, I blew because I would just start them all up and then like run out of money because I couldn't keep them going. That's insane to run 5 or 6 marketing channels plus the time it takes to actually physically drive for dollars, right? So it's like you quickly lose faith because you're going wide when in fact you have to force yourself to get bored and you just laser in and master one and then proof of concept. What's marketing 101? What's the rule of marketing that you've heard thrown around?
You got to try it at least for 90 days, at least one channel. And then once that channel works, you have to max out that channel before you go into other forms of marketing.
There you go. I have a similar line. Marketing 101 for me was kind of taught, find out what works and double down on it. And double down on it. That's it. So if you spent $1,000 in marketing and got a deal off it, put $2,000 in the same channel. Whatever works, double down on it. Not, I'm going to have, 2 or 3 other channels and only put $500 into each one or $650 or $750 into each one. I'm going to have more, right? It sounds sexy, right? It sounds exciting until it's not. When you have 0 deals from all 3 or 4 now and your credit cards are maxed out, right?
Exactly.
Now what?
Yeah, that's where most people fuck up, I'd say. It's literally they just get into all these different channels and they see PPL and PPC and BBL and whatever, and they just get fucking excited. And then they blow their load so quickly. And then next thing you know, they don't have any money to keep the business functioning. And they fucking either have to fail out, go on another team, or take some really bad loans out.
Predatory loans.
Yeah, we were close on that yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what's kind of the next cycle people start to go through? All right. So they've got some deals. They've fallen on their face. They've got their teeth kicked in. They've maybe maxed out a few credit cards. They're finally figuring out how to truly market, which is really boring. Typically, it's just a lot of the same thing, and you just increase the price by a few clicks of a button. That's the extent of it.
You really, know what the next stage is?
What's that?
They start scaling.
Oh, yeah.
They start fucking scaling. They literally go hire out an entire team and stop doing what made them money in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to know why I know?
You did it.
Just a little bit. You get in the fucking you literally build this whole team and you stop doing what made you money in the first place and you literally go up. And sometimes it works for maybe a month. And then that whole team realizes they go through their own phases of the business and then it just plummets and plummets and plummets and plummets and plummets. until you finally get humbled again, that you realize that you are not a business owner of a business that isn't running. You can't own a business that is not operating every single month consistently,
Right.
which means you have to stay in the seat, and you get humbled by that. That is typically the next stage. And when I tell you that I've gone through that stage probably 6 times, that's one of the biggest things, that once you finally realize that, the only time that you can get out of that closing seat, especially in a wholesaling business, is when you literally have closed and funded, and you have so much reserves that you're good for like 90, 120, 180 fucking days. Then it's like, okay, now you can go pay money to hire. You can fucking actually hire this out and create a real business out of this, and now create it where you don't have to keep running it.
Right. Right. So what I have a saying for that. I haven't even busted it out to you yet, but I used to say this, and this is from finding out the hard way. So we always fall to the level of our systems. We fall to the level of our processes that we have, or lack thereof. So that super excitement. Oh, I'm going to scale this out. Fucking 7-figure, multi-7-figure business. And you have nothing documented. You don't even have a workable script. I call it scaling suck. So you just scaled. You just scaled suck. So like,
it took a second, and then I fully got it.
Yeah. So like, a lot of business owners fall into this trap. When you look back at it, you'll laugh. It ain't funny. In the
It ain't
moment,
funny when you're in it.
it ain't funny when you're in it. But looking back at it, scaling suck. So yeah, you literally just like, you didn't know how much you sucked, and how many holes. It was like the leakiest bucket ever. Like this thing had like a machine gun taken to it, and then you're just relentlessly pouring money into it, and it's just leaking out every single side possible. You don't have team culture. You don't even have core values. You don't have you might not even have an LLC, and you're trying to bring people on board this ship that is going to sink. Like this thing is going down. It was going down from the get-go, but now it's heavier, right? A lot more money being wasted. It's going down.
100%.
So when in doubt, have some basic system or processes for how you do it. What do we mean? A system is a bunch of repeatable things over and over again. Think of them like pistons to an engine, right? It's like they might have sub steps, but basically I do X, Y, and Z to get the result. If it's something that's repeatable,
it's scalable.
Document it. Like record a video of you doing it. Videos can now even form SOPs, scripts, etc. But like you have to have something that you can pull Joe Blow off the street that doesn't know like fucking anything regarding wholesaling, and they could come in, read some things, go through some training videos, hit the phones, and they could run through this from A to Z, and it equals results over the course of time. Obviously, they got to get their feet wet first. But if they follow this and get all their reps in, those hundreds or thousands of reps, it will equal success. So don't
know something.
Don't scale
go ahead.
No, just don't scale suck. Don't scale suck.
Don't scale suck. Not at all. Look, a lot of us got into entrepreneurship because we didn't want to be corporate. We didn't want to work that corporate job. We didn't want to be part of that big organization. We wanted to be our own boss. We wanted to be free. We wanted to not have a job, honestly, right? So what I've learned is that pursuit of trying to not be corporate and not have a job and not be professional and the whole nine, that will keep you broke for so fucking long, it's not even funny. You want to build a sustainable, scalable business that you can truly be free from. It literally is a corporation you are building. Do not forget that. Like, that's where I've probably fucked up the most. Was at first, I wanted to be the cool boss. I wanted everyone to like me. I didn't want to have meetings. I like, it was just like, yeah, show up when you want. We'll work when you want. Let's just fucking close deals. I mean, fuck, the first business I built, we literally were playing fucking Fortnite and smoking weed and fucking making calls from our laptops. And when the dialer went beep beep, we would fucking be like, hey, you trying to sell your house in 1, 2, 3, whatever. And that was our fucking system, right? And that was scaling.
You guys hiring?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You want a job, right? And it was, I got a lot of people. Like everyone wanted to work for me.
That was
right?
awesome.
It's like, dude, this is a fucking hangout club. And then you realize very quickly that you are all broke and miserable and you're not free. You're actually worse off than you started. So then you start to get corporate, right? And you start to understand that you need systems, processes. You need SOPs for everything you fucking do. It's like you want to make the money that McDonald's produces, but you don't want to look at how McDonald's made their fucking money. That's so dumb. Like, it's so simple. The path has been created for you to build a business that you can now step away from. Mm-hmm. But because you want to step away from business and you don't want to be a businessman or you fucking want to not have a job, you literally do anything in your power to not be corporate and just be the chill person. And it's like, bro, McDonald's was such a big and is such a functionable and scalable corporation. How is it that fucking you can go to McDonald's in Medellin, Colombia, or you can go to McDonald's in fucking Phoenix, Arizona, where Ross is, or where both of us are from in New Jersey, and the fucking hamburger tastes exactly the same. You go get a fucking Big Mac, and that Big Mac tastes the same whether you're in Arizona, you're in Medellin, or you're in fucking Jersey. Think about that for a second, guys. How is that possible? It's possible because they have a fucking handbook that literally is a science process of exactly how that hamburger is made. And you either follow that fucking process to a science or you are fired. That is how McDonald's works.
Yep.
And everything is systemized. Like they literally have a drawer that the patties go in. They have a drawer that the cheese goes in. They have a drawer that the fucking tomatoes go in. You just open it up. You take the fucking patty, put it in the little ugly microwave thing, whatever the fuck it is. You take the cheese, you slap it on. Like it's like fucking SpongeBob with the Krabby Patty. It's like there's a formula to this shit. And that formula works over and over, and you can take it anywhere around the fucking world, and that motherfucker tastes the same. Which means you can now, if I was the inventor of McDonald's, I guarantee you that person is literally sitting somewhere not working every single day. And the reason they don't have to get back in the seat is literally because their business was so systemized to a science that everything that could happen was written down. And then because it was all written down, when it does happen, they don't have to get called. It's that simple. It's like down to a science, which means it is very corporate, which means if you want to get a business that you can eventually escape the rat race with, you literally have to have everything down to that level of a science, and you can then be not in the seat anymore. But until it's at that level, sorry to break it to you guys, you better get good at, hey, you still looking to sell your property? Yeah, okay, how much you looking to get?
Yeah, exactly. And it's all subjective, Joey. It's how hands on. Are you a fucking control freak? If you are, that's fine. But you are going to be in your business till the day you die, right? And that's fine. And if you want to be like kind of involved, you can be kind of involved. If you want to be 80% removed, you can be 80% removed. If you want to be 100% removed, you could. It might take some time, right? And a lot of money, a lot of great people, and a lot of AI. But could you 100% remove yourself? Probably pretty damn close. Probably like 99. I think it's possible if you do it right. So it's just pick your lifestyle you want to have, go down that path. But I can tell you a lot of people, especially the smart ones, they're like, how quickly can I remove myself? And the number one thing that I truly think that helps people kind of get their head out of their ass is just know that you're replaceable. Like there's probably someone that can do the same thing you're doing that's probably 10x better right now. You just don't know. Yeah, you just don't
Like
know.
you as a CEO are replaceable. Everyone in your company is replaceable. There's a reason that corporations fire very quickly. You know what I mean? There's a reason that their hiring process is so stringent. And you also have to understand in business, like, okay, if someone on your team is fucking killing it, but you're not giving them enough value for them to need to stay, you are then replaceable as well. But once you understand the replaceability concept, it makes you sit at the edge of your seat and you actually fucking work your ass off every day. And then you also make sure that you can now replace yourself. But you have to have enough money and the right systems to be able to fully replace yourself. That's what needs to get understood. And I think where I fucked up the most in business was I fully replaced myself when the people I replaced myself with were not replacing the input that I was putting in myself. Once that input, if I can lock up 5 deals a week, once that input is replaced, I have now been replaced. But that better be on repeat. If it's not on repeat, guess what? You better be willing and able to get back in that seat.
Yep.
And the longer that you fight where it's not working and you are not getting back in the seat, the less money you're going to make and the farther from you really scaling and getting out of it you're going to be. Because all it takes is a couple of really big months to have enough money to afford the people you need on your team. And then a couple more months of really good training to build them up to be able to get in the seat and be able to close like you can. But it takes the right people, takes the right systems, processes, AI, and people like me and Russ.
Yeah. I agree. A simple question that's going to save you a lot. And I wish I learned this question way before. And I still screw this up to this day because you're going through a training or you're actually just doing the thing. You got to ask yourself, is this repeatable? What I'm doing right now at this moment, is this repeatable? If this is a one-off thing, don't worry about it. If it's repeatable, record it. Record your screen, narrate what you're doing. Get used to that. When you fall into the habit of screen recording and narrating what you're doing and why, you're building, like, why not do it? You're doing it anyway. Just record the shit, right? That will literally systemize your whole business faster than you can imagine. Just answering that one question. Is this repeatable? And most shit is. It really is.
Exactly. I'd say the hardest tasks are closing. That's one of the biggest skills that needs to get taught. But once it is taught, it's like a faucet. You turn it on, it doesn't stop fucking running. You know what I mean? But that is closing is an art where there are a lot of other skills in the business that are extremely repeatable. And first you build the business around yourself and then you replace yourself instead of trying to build, like, for me, where I fucked up the most too is I tried to replace myself first.
Gotcha.
And it's like I am the shirtless closer. Like, I love closing. I'm very good at closing, which means I don't need to replace that immediately. What needs to get replaced immediately is what I fucking hate, which is admin work, TC work, dealing with the title companies, dealing with the whole back end. I don't like it. So I replaced it. And when I did.
You're not an Excel sheet guy?
Nah, not at all.
Because, Excel sheet guy.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm definitely a pencil pusher, Excel sheet guy.
Through and shirtless Exceller.
That's exactly what it is, Ross. You fucking got me there. Yeah. Not me. It's so funny because I was a finance major in college and like I literally was gonna go down this whole path of Excel and fucking finance. And thank God pulled me in the direction that he did because I'd still be wearing a suit going to fucking meetings right now.
Ooh. Yeah. That ain't fun. That ain't fun. It's always good that people kind of like understand the backstory because they're like, why is this guy not wearing a shirt? It's like, it's basically like your massive middle finger to the corporate world. Like it's like, yeah, you can make so much money from behind your laptop with a cell phone, with some Wi-Fi internationally. You can earn in dollars while you're spending in pesos down there in Colombia. And it's just like, yep, beautiful, beautiful. And it's just like people, they just don't know what else is out there. They're so fixated on what used to be, right? They still think 10 years ago is today, or they still think 30 years ago is today. Now more than ever, laptop, Wi-Fi, cell phone, literally you could travel the world. You could build businesses, you could systemize them, you could hire the right teams, and you could have yourself, for the most part, removed while you have a money printer going on in the background while you're not even spending as much as you would in the United States. You're spending less money, earning more, and you never have to go to an office or wear a shirt, right? Fuck shirts.
I mean, dude, put it this way. Let me put something into perspective to you for a second. When my business gets back up to 100 grand a month, do you know what that is in pesos?
No idea.
358 million pesos. So now let me say this for a second. You know what my rent is?
What's that?
4 million.25. Okay. You know what my car payment is? About 2.7 million. So altogether, just rent, car. You know what my food bills are? Probably about $1 million a month. If I'm not going out eating lavish meals, which I mean we still do a little bit. But
Yeah, restaurants are the best. They are.
So let's call it all in. Let's call it 10 million pesos, which is about 10 million pesos is probably about $2,500 a month. So when we're doing 358 million pesos a month and we're only spending 10 of those, imagine the difference of that. Granted, to get to that 358 million, I'd probably have to spend about 20 million pesos a month, right? But okay, even if I had to spend 58 million pesos a month, we're netting, and then you take out the rent, I'm netting 290 million pesos every single month, or give or take maybe about 70 grand a month, right? That's netting. Like that's just from living out here. That's the difference my lifestyle can change. And then if I want to up it and get a fucking badass house overlooking the view and everything, what I'm paying 15 million pesos max, which is $3 grand a month. It's just like you can't. That's one of the reasons we're down here. And I'm not trying to like brag to you guys or anything like that. I just want you to understand what I was showing my wife this morning, what I wanted her to understand, which is she goes out and works as a nurse. She'd make about 4 million pesos on average. She stays in our business and figures out how to get this thing to scale back to where we used to be, which is 100 grand a month. We're like literally that difference is so gigantic, it's not even funny.
It's worlds apart.
It's just worlds apart. And that's the difference from doing the right thing and going the right path and fucking getting your degree and getting the job and saving for your retirement, or betting on yourself, getting into business. And even though I'm the shirtless closer and like I'm fighting corporations and being corporate, you actually need to be the corporate one. So now I'm corporate for myself. That's the difference, which means once this business explodes the way that it is going to, I'm literally able to set myself free while live down here and change a shit ton of people's lives in the process, between my sellers, my buyers, my team, the people I mentor. And it's like all of that happens from taking a risk on yourself. And look, you guys could either do 10 or you could do 25. That's up to you. And what I mean by that is it might take you 10 years to really make it in business. Or it will take you 25 to 35, guaranteed, until you can retire. And that's if you can retire after that 25.
If you're not dead before.
Yeah. And then by the time you retire, you can't even fucking move depending on what industry you're in. If you're in fucking construction or
Oh
any
yeah,
of it.
your body's destroyed. It's destroyed.
So that's the difference. And someone asked, "Hey man, is it possible?" Let's answer some of these questions, and then we're gonna do a giveaway. So while I'm going to answer these questions, if you guys could share this live, because we are going to be giving something away, you could share this live. That would be greatly appreciated. Want to be able to share this with as many people as we can. And the first question is, "Hey man, is it possible to get rich through Zillow?" Um, Depends what you mean by rich. Can you build a business off Zillow? You can. It is repeatable. You can do on market real estate. Is it
Mhm.
something I would personally build a business behind on wholesaling? Absolutely not. I would rather get direct to seller leads and save the pain and suffering of having to deal with realtors on a daily basis. That's just me. I used to be the on market guy. I used to do straight on market real estate. It works. I close deals. You can make money. But scalability and actually creating something that's repeatable and you can put money behind and everything. I mean, dude, close some deals off Zillow, get enough money in your bank account, and then use it for some real marketing once you have repeated deals coming through Zillow.
Yeah,
That's my advice.
yeah, for Zillow, like a way to look at it is if you have like infinite time, you're fine. Like if you can work 18-hour days and make all those calls to agents that, you've got a 70+% chance of them not even answering. Um, yeah, go for it. But just know the on-market deals, if you're going to wholesale on-market deals, spreads are going to be thin. So it's going to be tinier spreads, maybe 3K, maybe 5K, maybe if you're lucky, a 10K swing. And it's going to take like 10x the effort and time. So if you're willing to put in the sweat equity and you have a lot of time, go for it. Like you're going to make money. Um, but the best part that you're going to like basically the best skill you're going to get from that is talking to people. So your sales skills will go up naturally and your grit, just like the actual work, like putting in ruthless work. So there are a lot of plus sides to going the Zillow route as well. But just, I mean, depends how tough of a person you are. You got to be borderline bulletproof to do that.
Yes, 100%. 100%. Next question is, do you guys think that wholesaling is still relevant today and is it sustainable for the future? Ross, you want to handle that?
Is it sustainable for today?
Is it
Yes.
sustainable for the future or is it still relevant today?
Sorry, sustainable for the future. We don't know what's going to happen in a month, right? Um, there's always going to be a way to purchase properties at a discount and then sell them. Will in the future, you might have to partner up with money people and do more double closings depending on the regulations for the state. Yes, of course. But you could simply just lock it up, whatever, just say you lock it up at 70K. You would get funding, go to the title company, close on it under your LLC, and then you might pay, I don't know, a few percent, 2%, 3% on the money that they lent for you, and then you just resell it to the end buyer for, let's say, 100K or 105K. So yeah, there will be the closing cost that you'll need to pay that'll come out of that, and the cost of actually renting the money out. So you're going to want to just ensure you're locking it up a little like deeper to have all those costs incorporated. Like if you were going to put it under contract for 70 and sell it for 100, you might want to put it under contract for like 65 or 62.5 because you have all those costs that you have to have some more buffer room for. So there's always going to be a way to buy low and sell high. That ain't changing. It's just how are we going to go about it in the future? That's unknown. We don't even know what's going to occur in 10 minutes from now, right? Let alone the 3 to 5 years.
100%. 100%. Yeah. So for me, you make as much money as you can right now so that when these times come, you have access to capital. And there's always going to be a way to wholesale real estate. Wholesaling is not going anywhere. I'm one of those people that, whether I live in delusion or not, you can close deals anywhere as long as you have the right team, you have the right systems, people, lawyers if you need them, and you guys can get all of your deals to the finish line. Yeah. So we're going to be doing a giveaway. I want to try to get as many people in here as possible. So we're going to give it a minute. I'm going to put a little timer down. Ross, if you want to share it across your stuff, I'm going to share it across mine again. And we'll be giving it away in a minute. So without further ado, where's this countdown? Let's get it popping. All right, let's go. You ready for it, Ross?
I was really getting into that music, man. That was nice.
Of course you were. So I'm dropping Medellin comfort. I can't spell. I'm dropping the link to our event. We're throwing an event here in Medellin, Colombia, May 15th to May 17th. And we're going to be giving a gigantic discount to everybody that is on this live right now that is watching. It will be here in Medellin, Colombia. It is not virtual. So what we're going to do, I'm going to leave this up until tomorrow morning. You guys have until tomorrow morning to use this discount code. You're going to get 40% off your ticket. 40% off.
What?
Yes.
40.
So that's, yeah. I told Ross yesterday we're getting a little crazy.
That's nice.
I want to make sure we can hook some people up so that you guys can get out here and we can actually get you the fuck out of your comfort zone and have the change that we've been able to give to so many people that have came out here, and just make sure that you guys can really grow your businesses, really get yourself to where you need to be. So the code is, wait for it. Gotta go find it now, guys.
Drop it in our private chat too. Joe,
Got you,
it'd be great. I'm going to drop it on mine.
I'll drop it right here. So it is No Comfort. Hold on. We'll put it from me. It's Jordan made here right now. No Comfort Medellin. Giving out a 40% discount. You have literally until, what time will we call it tomorrow morning, Ross? Let's give everyone a good time.
I would say give them till 11:59 a.m. right before the strike of noon. So 11:59, that gives you the entire morning to procrastinate and then realize, what am I doing? I can get 40% off. This event is going to be insane, and it's in Colombia. And why would you want to watch it virtually? That's why we're not making it virtual. The whole point is to get outside your comfort zone, leave the country to come down to hang out with some serious A players in all of these industries, real estate investors, apartment syndication, health and wellness, spirituality, neuroplasticity and neuroscience, real estate wholesaling nationwide at scale, virtual
and investing.
Yeah, everything.
And mindset. Like, this event is not just for just wholesaling. Like, it is absolutely virtual wholesaling. That's what I do from out here. That's what I'm going to be going over. But you have Oswaldo coming out here that fucking owns a shit ton of properties, buy and hold, and is going to teach you guys how to do that. We have fucking Scott Morse coming out here talking about how he's been able to build and scale multiple companies, have gigantic operations, over 100 people in an office, gigantic. And he's going to talk on that. We're going to have Nick Perry out here, the GOAT of wholesaling, talk about literally how he's been able to scale to 7 figures a fucking month at points in his career. We're going to have Michael Smoke coming out here, Higher Up Wellness, talking about communications, Armin Shafi, talking about peace, like Abdullah Ghaffar talking about all of his businesses that he scaled. You're going to have me and Ross in the same fucking room so you can finally meet us. There's going to be on Alejandra Perry is going to be coming here, literally going over, as Ross was saying, neuroplasticity, going over the brain, how to train your brain to be successful. That's literally what she's going to be going over in the lightest level of terms for you guys. Literally, everybody that's going to be coming to this event are people that will change the trajectory of your career if you listen and you show up with an open mind. This is not for you if you're a doubter, if you're someone that's like, I don't know if this works. Don't get the tickets. I don't want you guys coming. I want the people here that are open minded and willing and ready to make the change so we can actually have a room full of people that are going to make the change. So that's who needs to be in this room. If you don't think that's you, don't sign up. But if you feel like you just have not hit your stride yet, or maybe you're having success, but you know you need something to take it to just that next level, this is the event that will do that for you guys. So website yet again, one last time before we get off of here, it's nocomfortmedellin2026.com. The code for 40% off. 40% off. I'm going to put it in the chat too.
Live 26. Live 26. All one word, right? LIVE 26.
Live 26.
You got that up until 11:59 a.m. tomorrow. And 40% is freaking huge. So not many people give these kind of discounts at these events because it costs a lot of money to throw this. We are not doing this for the money. We're doing this to give you the best damn experience possible. We are likely going to barely break even on this, but we know it's going to be one of the most epic events in real estate investing history, and it's going to be in Latin America. So that's awesome. That's really never been done to this level. And I think everybody that comes down, truly from the bottom of my heart, I think it will change your life forever. Like
yes,
that's how much I believe in this.
100%. 100%. And we're getting close. So lock in those tickets. If you have questions about Medellin, hit me up. If you need to know where to stay, hit me up. Flights, anything, hit me up. I'm here for you guys. Ross, thanks for coming up here today. Everybody else, lock in, get those tickets. I will see you guys here. Keep crushing your goals, crushing your dreams. And remember, we're doing a live webinar for free, me and Ross on Zoom tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in for that. DM me for the link, DM Ross for the link. We will send it to you guys. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace the fuck out, everybody.